I just like restarted it. Hello. We're back. Did you guys miss where she just called, where Kokichi called her a cum dumpster and she was like, oh, I finally got called a cum dumpster. Yep. She was super happy about it. We missed it. Well, that's what happened. That's what happened. Kokichi called her a cum dumpster. And then she's like, oh, I finally got called it! Hooray! I was like, oh, what? Hold on, let me see if I can get to it again.
Only one of the student council members or Kokichi could have gained entry.
Let me see if I can get back to it. Let's see.
Okay, I'll start right now.
All right. So, who's the asshole who set up this locked room mystery?
Mew, I can't hold it up anymore.
What's the matter? You going soft on me now?
Who made the locked room mystery doesn't matter, since anyone could have done it. Don't you even understand something as basic as that, you filthy cum dumpster?
Cum dumpster! Finally! Someone finally called me a cum dumpster!
What should we talk about now?
We must focus not on the locked room, but on who entered Angie's lab. Only one of the student council members or
Yeah, there you go. You're all cut up now. That's what happened.
Therefore, the culprit must be among their number.
That leaves us with 4 suspects. Tsumugi, Gonta, Kibo, and Kokichi.
Don't forget Himiko. She's also a part of the student council. Doesn't matter if she was besties with
Oh,
Angie,
guy.
she's still a suspect.
Well, guys, I don't want to hear you guys want to, like, do stuff to me or anything like that. I don't need to know about this. Keep it to yourselves. Tenku.
That contradicts what you said earlier, which I can prove using my recording function.
It's fine. That's just a waste of time.
A suspect?
Never kill Angie!
So, calling all suspects, what should we discuss next? I want to hear everyone's opinion. What would you say to get yourself off the suspect list?
Why are you trying to lead the debate? You're a suspect too.
Silence, outsider. Only the suspect rangers are allowed to speak.
Suspect rangers?
I agree. Those under suspicion should explain themselves thoroughly.
We might catch them with their pants down!
Anyway, I want to ask the suspect rangers. What should we talk about? What should we say to get ourselves off the suspect list? Well, guys, I want to hear what you think.
That's sort of a difficult question, you know?
Gonta not smart enough to know answer to that.
Yes, it is difficult to formulate a logical response to that question.
Not articulate with words, huh? Don't you guys want to prove your innocence?
They don't trust you one bit, and I don't blame them. You're probably plotting.
Why did Tenko have to die?
Huh?
I want to know what happened to Angie too, but... Can we talk about Tenko's case now and not just Angie?
I got you exactly where I wanted, Himiko.
What do you mean?
I agree. Kokichi's actually a very interesting character, even though I hate his guts. The way that he does these things, it's like... he wants to help, but he does it in a very interesting sort of way.
The 2 victims could have been killed by 2 separate murderers, you know. So we need to find the first Blackened responsible for the first victim. We gotta figure out who killed Angie. Until we solve Angie's case, Tenko's case is meaningless.
He's definitely like on the chaotic spectrum. I think he is a chaotic good. He might be a chaotic neutral.
Did you suggest that to waste our time?
It's not meaningless!
Himiko?
Tenko's death was meaningless? How dare you! Poor Tenko! How could you do this to her? Himiko.
I don't think of him as chaotic evil. Because he's not an evil character. He's definitely more like... I don't think of him as an evil character. I definitely think of him as chaotic neutral and probably chaotic good? Question mark. But definitely chaotic neutral. He's not close to chaotic. Closer to chaotic evil to chaotic good. Yeah, he's somewhere.
Himiko, stop it with your crappy lies.
Lies?
Everything you said is total BS. You didn't give two shits about Tenko when she was alive. But now you're like, oh no, poor Tenko, after she's dead. Come on, really?
Kokichi, enough!
Yeah, he's definitely a douche character. Like, no lie. He's very... CN is chaotic neutral. But he's definitely a douchey character.
No. It's okay. It's no surprise you'd think that. I know I ignored Tenko before. That's why I'm so upset now. I should have faced Tenko. Worked things out with her while she was still alive. And now, it's too late. I can't complain to her or thank her. It's too late.
Yeah, seriously! It's way too late to realize that now. Our only option is to face her death head on.
Face her death?
Himiko, I understand what you're going through.
Yeah. You probably shouldn't do that.
So I'm gonna help you out. Let's work together to find the truth. I'm not gonna let anyone say her death didn't matter.
Kaito! Alright. I'll put a silencing curse on whoever calls Tenko's death meaningless. The name of the curse is... Death Curse! Suppose being dead would silence someone pretty good.
Listen up! All you guys are gonna help out too. Abandoning someone who died and only thinking about your own survival.
References go past me. But I do have rules on this Twitch. So...
That's just as bad as a hit and run! I won't forgive something so messed up!
Tenko was our friend. Gonta wanna know why she died too.
I already told you that's so unnecessary. We're getting sidetracked here.
Kokichi is something. He's a magical potato.
I don't look at links, my friend.
No, even if it was a different culprit, we need to know how Tenko died. If we don't find out who killed her, we won't be able to work together. Not now, not ever. Even if this trial isn't for her, in order for us to survive, we need to get to the bottom of Tenko's death. Not just to survive this trial, but so we can keep going and live on!
Kokichi is magical. That's all I'm gonna say. He's just magical.
Kaito.
Finally, you noticed. Jeez, you're so slow.
Low key love
Did
you.
Kokichi want
The
us
low
to
key,
notice?
the high key, like, hate him.
Don't listen to his crap. We haven't decided whether there were two different culprits yet.
I sent that link.
No, you didn't. I didn't see a link from you.
It's the every DNA bot with the rainbow emoji and the rat emoji and the 2 strands, and someone reply with a Kokichi face. Oh! I don't know, that doesn't make any sense to me, but I guess? I don't know, all these kinds of stuff, goes over my head, and it doesn't make any sense to me because I just don't get a lot of things. I just play games.
Let us talk about Tenko's case then. Perhaps that will provide us a clue.
Yeah, maybe.
High-key hate Okichi love. Woohoo. Thank you for the biddies. They're not wrong, but I don't mind going over Tenko's case. But that was an abrupt change of topic. Was that intentional?
So, what do we talk about first?
For now, let's see if we can narrow down the list of suspects.
Tancrotch probably got killed during the seance, so everyone there's suspicious. Tancrotch!
The people who attended the seance. The people who attended the seance were Kuru, Shuichi, Himiko, and Kokichi. Oh.
That's it!
Yep, the first one.
It was me, Kyo, Himiko, and Kokichi.
So those four are the culprits!
I don't know, I feel like my feelings for Kokichi will change the more we learn of him. Who knows?
Oh, Himiko's still culprit?
Well, that's probably just a coinkydink. The most suspicious out of the four is really...
You tell her I'm still gonna be forever confused. Like, everything floats past me, I don't understand.
Kyo. He suggested the whole seance idea.
True, I may have suggested it, but I explained the procedure beforehand, yes? If we all knew of it before the murder, then we are all equally suspicious.
Well, I suppose, but...
In addition, the seance wasn't entirely in my control either. I was not the one who selected the room we performed it in. It was Himiko.
However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we choose?
The middle one. The middle room's always best for stuff like this.
Very well. I shall begin the preparations at once.
Oh, right.
Also, we should not limit our suspects to only those who participated in the seance.
I love Junko.
The empty room had a point of entry from outside, you see.
I also just like doing voices. I just have my regular voice, and then I can do other voices. Wow.
A point of entry from outside. It must be referring to... from outside. The hole?
There!
Yeah, the hole.
You're talking about under the floor, right?
Huh? Under the floor?
Yes, there's a crawl space under the floor a person could move through. There was also a hole that connected it to the neighboring room.
But how do you know that?
If the culprit used the hole, they could have entered and exited the seance room.
If we consider that possibility, then there is another suspect.
Another suspect? Who?
It's appearing before me. Oh, I can see it clearly. The true identity of Tenko's killer.
Oh my.
Okay. Case trial, loose floorboard, Kibo's flashlight
The culprit
function.
sneaked in during the seance by crawling under the floor.
But it was pitch black during the seance. How could they even see if they were under the floor?
No,
Because it
I'm a
wasn't
dummy.
dark under the floor.
Wasn't dark
You
under the
see,
floor.
our villain had a light.
Light? You mean candle?
No.
I mean, Kibo's flashlight function.
Yeah?
Huh? Now hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor and sneak into the empty room during the seance.
Mm-hmm.
I said hold on a second.
why don't you let me
He
click?
uses robot functions to commit the murders.
Hold on a second.
It's true with a little light, you can move around under the floorboard. But is that possible?
The culprit sneaked in during the seance by crawling under the floor.
But it was pitch black during the seance. How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light.
Light? You mean candle?
I mean, Kibo's flashlight function.
Huh? Now hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor and sneak into the empty room during the seance.
I said hold on a second.
Hold on. Get under the floor. Blinding light from his eyes. This page. What else did it use? It used... it's not like before the seance. The bottom part of the floorboard. You do need a light, but...
He used his robot functions to commit the murders.
Yeah, there's back routes, but I don't use them. It's true with a little light, you can move around under the floorboard. Yeah, you have to tell lies, but is that possible?
The culprit sneaked in during the seance by crawling under the floor.
Yeah.
But it was pitch black during the seance.
The
How
seance.
could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light.
Light? You mean candle?
Oh no. Yeah, there is that. Can be a light. There is no evidence to support that. Is there?
The culprit sneaked in during the
There
seance
is actually.
by crawling under the floor.
But it was pitch black during the seance. How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light.
They did have a
You
light.
mean candle?
I mean, Kibo's flashlight.
I don't know.
Huh? Now hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor and sneak into the empty room during the seance.
I said hold on a second.
He used his robot functions to commit the murders.
Hold on a second.
Okay, let me think. Let me think. I hate life. I hate it when I have to figure shit out. Okay. You take the amount of damage equal to the time your health was drained, and if you're wrong, you take standard damage on top of that. Oh, you take more damage if you lie. Possible.
The culprit sneaked in during the seance by crawling under the floor.
But it was pitch black during the seance. How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see,
no.
That's wrong!
No, I was just trying to figure out what's the right answer.
I don't think the culprit could have used a light while under the floor. There was a hole in the corner of the room. If a light were used, it would have leaked through and we would have seen it.
Yep.
But when when we did the seance, the room was definitely pitch black.
So a light was not shined under the floor, which means you cannot claim I am the culprit.
Jeez, here I thought this would be the case where the murder could only be done by a robot.
You have accused me of being the culprit more than once now, simply because I am a robot. My status as a robot does not mean I am capable of performing superhuman feats. My vision is somewhat poor, and I only possess average physical strength and intelligence.
Alright,
so good.
alright, you made your point. God, now I feel sort of bad for you.
I neither want nor need your pity.
Oh, I don't know.
Enough with the flashlight! It's way too bright!
It would have been difficult to move around under the floor in that pitch black darkness. Maybe the floor and the hole have nothing to do with this case.
Then why was floorboard under Tenko lined up funny?
They do have to solve Angie's case. She's the case that you have to solve, but Himiko wants to solve Tenko's thing because she needs to figure it out.
Going to think that was so culprit could stab Tenko from under floor.
It was.
Ooh, nice observation, Gonta.
Yeah.
Are you finally getting used to the class trials?
Himiko needs closure for her best friend dying because she ignored her and she feels bad.
Uh-huh. Thank you.
Don't say it like that. You're better off not being used to this kind of stuff.
Maybe they marked Tenko with glowing paint and looked for that.
No spoilers.
That'd let the culprit find her. Then they could stab her through the floorboards.
Boy, that sounds really familiar too. But I'm just gonna ignore it.
Her corpse didn't have any trace of glowing paint, though.
Sounds familiar.
Oh, yeah. So then why was that floorboard loose?
It does, because it's from the first game.
The loose floorboard was the one under Tenko, right? If the culprit used it while she was still alive, she'd totally notice.
Who fucking cares? Fussing over that won't get us closer to the culprit!
We shouldn't dismiss this line of inquiry, however. Instead of butting our heads against this, how about we concentrate on another issue?
No, it's the first one. Yeah, the first one. No, yeah, the second one. Yeah, shit, you're right. It's the second one. Fuck. No, now I'm getting all confused.
What other issue?
There's too many.
Perhaps first, we should figure out how and when exactly Tenko was killed.
They're all starting to blur.
When? So not during Seance?
I remember that scene. I was like, no, he was such a good guy.
Tenko was in the metal cage for the whole seance, wasn't she? How could someone have gotten to her there?
Maybe the culprit killed her before she went under the metal cage.
No.
That's not possible. She was alive at that point.
I remember...
This is the point of no return, Tenko. After this point, you mustn't speak. The next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you. Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over.
Yes, she was unmistakably alive when the seance began.
I think I just can't hold all these murders in my brain. There's so many.
That was right before we blew out the candles. But when the light came back...
The floorboard was removed at that point, so it's likely she was already dead then.
So she was killed when the room was dark?
But she was inside Cage, right? Going to think it impossible to kill her then.
She wasn't killed when the room was dark. It was a different time.
A different time?
How the fuck should I know? You figure it out, shitheads. Huh? Since Gonta said it was impossible, I'm proposing an alternate theory. Now hurry up and think! If you want to make my golden brain tingle, start circle jerking your limp dick brains!
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. Okay, let's go.
Marker Stone, Iron Cage, White
When
Sheet.
Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It was
It
during
could
the
not have been
seance,
done
though.
at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time. And she was dead when the cage was lifted.
What about moment Cage was lifted?
Like that.
When Cage lifted, culprit stabbed Tenko real fast.
No.
So fast, no one saw.
Oh my!
So who lifted the cage?
It was me.
What?
Then obviously Himiko is the culprit.
There's no down.
What the hecky? Tenko not being killed during the seance. That might not be impossible. There's no evidence for
When
it.
Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time. And she was dead when the cage was lifted.
Yeah.
What about moment Cage was lifted?
No.
Like that.
Okay.
When Cage lifted, culprit
Stabbed Tenko real fast. So
fast.
no one saw. So who lifted the cage?
Huh?
Then obviously Himiko is the culprit.
No, Himiko's not the culprit. She. Tenko not being killed during the seance. That might not be even possible. That there's no evidence for
When Tenko
it.
got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It had to be during the
It
seance.
could not have been done at any other time. She was under the...
Hey, wasn't it that one? Mira mustn't move during the scenes. It's definitely following the direction. She did not leave the cage.
Oh no!
When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It had to be during the
It could not have
seance.
been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time.
She
And
was.
she was dead when the cage was lifted.
She was.
What about moment Cage was lifted?
No, because there was the dog statue. You fuck you.
Like that.
When Cage lifted, culprit stabbed Tenko real fast. So fast, no one saw.
Oh my!
It's still showing that it's streaming for me,
It was me.
so it hasn't ended yet.
Then obviously Himiko is the culprit.
We wish she was the culprit, but she's not. I'm not being killed during the seance. Ah! Screams off into the distance. That's impossible. There's no
When
evidence for
Tenko
it.
got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
But she did die during
It could
underneath
not
there.
have been done at any other time.
She did die though. There was
She
blood.
was under the cage the whole time. And she was dead when the cage was lifted.
What about moment Cage was lifted?
Hacha!
That's wrong!
No, it wasn't possible to kill her the moment the cage was lifted.
Yeah. So, hello.
Because the inside of the white cloth had Tenko's blood on it. That cloth was removed before the cage was lifted. If Tenko was stabbed then, there wouldn't be blood on the cloth.
Pat soul.
What? But how could my golden brain be wrong when it felt so right?
The only possibility is that Tenko was killed during the seance.
I got your remodel right here.
Tenko, please. Or not Tenko, Mew.
No, it's still wrong to think that Tenko was killed during the seance.
What are you talking about?
What?
I'm gonna prove it right now. My golden brain is gonna go all out.
Okay, Mew. Mew, please.
Okay, time to pachow pachow.
Tenko died after the seance. It happened when the sheet was lifted. That was the moment the culprit chose to stab the fuck out of Tenko through the cage. They stuck the thin blade through the gaps of the cage, and that clean white sheet got stained blood red.
No, they did not.
The weapon was a sickle. Only the blade could have fit through the gaps.
The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko, sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
I'll cut through your words. Wait just a minute. Tenko wasn't sitting down inside the cage. She was bent over with her forehead against the marker stone. And the cage itself was about 3 feet tall. The sickle's blade was too short to reach Tenko while she was in that position.
Then I messed up again? How could this happen? I am so embarrassed.
No worries, Mew. Everyone already knows you're an embarrassment to the human race.
Yeah, no worries.
No, Ganta.
How embarrassing!
Ganta, no.
If Shuichi is right, then it's impossible for Tenko to have been killed through the cage.
She couldn't have been killed during the seance since she was in the cage, right?
If she was killed then, the cloth over the cage would have been pierced.
He just wants to be a pure boy.
Not during the seance or from below the floor. Then it's impossible, isn't it?
Yeah, for a living person.
Huh?
Oh no.
What if Angie's spirit killed Tenko?
Oh no.
What are you talking about? That's not possible.
You don't know that. Some things are impossible for a human, but not for a spirit.
Yeah, Ganta too innocent.
Don't say stupid stuff like that. Screw spirits.
He doesn't know what he says.
Stop that now.
Angie's spirit killed Tenko? Why?
Himiko?
Why would Angie's spirit kill Tenko?
What if Tenko killed Angie, and then Angie's spirit came back for revenge?
Like I said, that's impossible. Spirits can't be culprits.
Then explain how the culprit killed Tenko under these impossible circumstances.
Well,
See? You can't explain, can you? Only a spirit could have done that.
Wait, I know. What if the culprit was hiding inside the cage? If they were in there, they could have stabbed Tenko during the seance.
No. If there was someone else in the cage, we would have
I
noticed.
agree with Kaito. The culprit could have been inside the cage.
What? You do?
Nonsense. There was no space in the cage for the culprit to hide.
Maybe the culprit wouldn't need to hide in the first place.
What?
Also, the culprit could have killed her in the cage at any time. I think you know what I'm getting at, right?
The they she's referring to. It's Kyo. I could have killed Tenko inside the cage at any time. Okay, you're really... Is it Kyo?
Oh!
You think I'm a fraud? They could have killed her at any time? Who's they? Is it Kokichi? Ugh. Fuck! God. Get you're really narrow mind for a detective. Oh! Tenko could have killed herself, right? Where is she? Where's Tenko? Can't fucking find her dead body. I'm fucking stupid. That Tenko killed herself?
Maki is referring to Tenko herself.
What did you say? Are you saying Tenko is the culprit?
She committed suicide.
Suicide?
If she committed suicide, it would explain a lot of things we couldn't figure out. She volunteered to be in the cage, and then stabbed herself during the seance. It wouldn't matter how dark the room was.
But the sickle she was stabbed with was under the floor, right?
No, Himiko was the one that suggested the room. But we already figured out... Yeah, that was Himiko.
If Tenko had stabbed herself, wouldn't the sickle still be inside the cage?
Oh my god. Mew actually said something smart.
Oh my god.
Perhaps that explains why the floorboard was removed. After stabbing herself with the sickle, she threw it underneath the floor.
So she took off the floorboard to get rid of the sickle?
Yes, that makes sense to Gonta.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me. There's no reason for Tenko to commit suicide.
Maybe I wasn't too far off with the theory I had earlier. You know, about Tenko killing Angie.
Yeah?
Because Tenko and Angie were fighting for your attention, right?
Hey Angie, when did you brainwash Himiko?
Tenko's pent-up frustration led her to commit such an atrocity.
Maybe.
Her conscience couldn't handle it anymore, so she decided to end her own life.
What?
But if she was gonna kill herself, why do it during the seance?
She wanted to hide the truth of her suicide.
Really? Why?
There could only be one reason to hide it in a killing game, right? It's to take us down with her.
I hate it when I see your face when you do it that way. It freaks me out.
Take us down?
She wanted us to pick the wrong answer during the class trial, so she could bring us all down. She wanted us to die with her. Okay, well, she probably just wanted Himiko to die with her, but still.
What are you saying? Tenko wasn't like that. She told me.
Keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else.
What if all of that was just a lie?
I don't know, it reminds me of Nagito's, like, creepy, like, hope driven faces that he always did with the spinny eyes and everything like that. Danganronpa spinny eyes. He made it just so much creepier. And I was just like, oh, I can't sleep at night no more. After, like, sometimes whenever you went that way. So, no, I love Nagito. Nagito is, like, my favorite. He's definitely one of my favorites. It's just, like, you know, whenever he did the spinny-eyed thing, and especially when Kokichi does, like, his own, like, creepy faces, I'm just, like, can't do it. Eh.
Wait, we should believe Tenko's last words.
The true terror of class trials is that you shouldn't believe everything said.
Himiko, you said that Tenko would never do anything like that. But how can you be so sure? Did you guys actually know each other? People keep all sorts of secrets. Like Maki. She hid the fact that she's a cold-blooded killer. Is it wise of us to trust other people wholeheartedly in this kind of situation?
Jeez, you're such a naive dude.
Naive?
We're all just people, you know? Of course we're gonna have some secrets. What matters is whether there's any malice behind them.
People can lie about how malicious their hidden secrets really are.
Well, duh. It's impossible to know for sure what others are thinking. That's why it all comes down to whether or not you believe in yourself. If you get betrayed, it's not their fault. It's your fault for believing in them. That's why I believed in Maki Roll, because I wanted to believe in her.
Just because you're acting all cool doesn't mean you get to skip training.
Hey, come on. Don't you think you're being a little too strict?
Well, we come from different backgrounds. So for now, let's agree to disagree. No one's ever called me naive before. And from Kaito? Seriously?
Whether or not I believe, my heart can't reach Tenko anymore. But I want to believe in her. She wouldn't commit suicide. She wouldn't try to take us down. That's what I want to believe.
Me too. Gonta no can believe Tenko commits suicide.
But if Tenko did commit suicide, that would answer all of our questions.
If you insist we believe in Tenko, then provide a reason to do so.
A proper reason.
Alright, I'll give you a reason.
Is there a reason?
Yes, there is. Will you trust me, Maki?
Ooh.
If it turns out I'm wrong, you can blame me all you like. But for now, I need you to trust in my detective work.
I don't believe Tenko would kill herself because of what she said. Okay, everyone. I'll see you guys after the seance. She said, see you guys after. I doubt she had a sudden change of heart. Just because we don't know how she was killed doesn't mean that it was suicide. We shouldn't be satisfied with that. And if we keep thinking, we'll find the truth. And that means we have to believe in Tenko. I'll make them all believe. I believe in that.
Seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person! But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
He thinks that Tenko committed suicide, but only because they're latching onto the easiest actor. To get out of this, I need to make them think their suicide theory wouldn't work.
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person!
She wouldn't.
Tenko did commit suicide.
The thing is, she wouldn't be able
Explain how
to.
she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
She didn't have enough
Finally, with
strength,
the last
though.
of her
No! Damn you. What is this pose unless her death was instant? Think it over. Yeah, it wasn't instant. She did have enough
Suicide
stuff.
seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person! But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
No, it does not. No, it does not. Because it wouldn't. Because she died.
Her plan was to take
I
us
have to
down with
lie.
her.
Right? I
So
think I have
she
to
hid her
lie.
true intentions.
Time to lie!
That kind of person!
Time to lie!
But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stab yourself with it.
Time to lie.
Finally, with the last of her strength.
Let's lie.
I'll reveal the truth.
She died instantly, guys. She didn't have any
Tenko
ounce of strength.
couldn't have thrown the sickle under the floor because she died instantly.
Instantly?
Her death might not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out.
I'm certain of it. My investigation determined that she died instantly.
What's your opinion, Maki? I'd like to hear from someone who specializes in murder.
Maki.
You're right. I completely forgot about that important detail. Tenko died instantly.
What?
As an assassin, I specialize in killing my targets swiftly. I have no doubt that Tenko was killed immediately.
Words of a true killer. Pretty sure we can believe everything she said.
Thank you, Maki.
How could you forget that, Maki roll? You better apologize to Shuichi.
Excuse me?
It's okay, Kaito, really. No apology necessary. Anyway, Tenko died so suddenly that she couldn't have gotten rid of the sickle. Knowing that, the theory that she killed herself just doesn't fit, correct?
Just like I thought. Tenko wouldn't commit suicide.
Thank goodness, Himiko.
Which means someone definitely killed Tenko during the seance.
Her suicide was considered because we could not determine how she was killed.
No, there must have been a way. We're gonna figure it out.
Did any of the participants witness anything peculiar during the seance? If you know something, please speak
The
up.
sound.
It could be the key to solving this mystery.
The sound. Not a bad idea. We should remember what happened at the seance. Let me try to remember. I'm sure there's something. I need some kind of clue that will help me solve this mystery. I know this clue. It's a sound.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary during the seance?
There is something that bothers me. The fact that the seance failed.
Oh my
The
god.
ritual was perfect, and yet it failed.
Get out.
Utterly strange.
Now that I think about it, while we were all singing the song, I heard something fall.
No, that is it.
I'm more concerned about how dark it got in there. I mean, it was totally pitch black.
It was.
My job was to relight the candles. Moving along the walls was seriously tough.
It was pitch black during the seance. That limits what could have happened. Just stay calm, think. There must be some clues
Did anything
here.
seem out of the ordinary
There
during the
was.
seance?
There was.
There is
There's
something
noises.
that bothers me. The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect.
I know. I missed so many things.
How utterly strange.
I missed quite a few of these shots for some reason.
While we were all singing the song, I heard something fall.
No! You suck! You suck! I
I'm
hate
more
this.
concerned about how dark it got in there. I mean, it was totally pitch
I hate
black.
this. I hate this so much.
My job was to relight the
I know what it was. I know. It's the sound. It's the fucking sound. I hate that.
Did anything seem out
I
of the
hate the shots. Like, sometimes they miss and I hate this. I know. But it wasn't perfect.
While we were all singing the song,
Mm-hmm.
I heard something.
Yes!
I agree. Himiko, you think that something fell because of that sound you heard, right?
And then crash.
It sounded like something heavy fell down and hit the floor really hard.
wasn't anything on the ceiling that could have fallen down, right?
Am I wrong? I thought something fell, but...
The sound was pretty loud. It did seem like something hit the floorboards.
A loud sound. Like something hit the floorboards. Maybe that sound had something to do with the other thing that happened in the dark.
What other thing happened in the dark? Tripod. White sheet, dog statue, hole in the wall, skull on the floor. Maybe this one? I'm doing this hands. Nobody's gonna believe you anymore if you keep saying random things. I don't get to say that. Damn it. I'm getting so bad in this one. My brain no worky. Loose floorboard.
This is it! I think the floorboard coming off had something to do with that sound. That floorboard came loose at some point during the seance, right?
That was close.
The floorboard had made such a loud sound, though.
It was the sound of an intense impact.
If the impact was that intense, then it could have loosened the floorboard.
That is true. There would have had to be a strong impact to make that sound. But what was it? What could it possibly be?
Alright then, let's go with that. We all gotta put our heads together now.
Oh god, okay. Non-stop debate. Let's go.
So what made the floorboard come loose?
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
No, I was still there.
But that statue was still on top of the cage.
Culprit hid under floor, then stood up with such might.
But we already said there was no one under the floor.
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
Oh! Stop spinning! Stop spinning!
A floorboard that comes loose when you step on it is dangerous. God, it's like I'm the only one here who's staying on the ball.
You hardly have any experience with balls to say that, Mew.
Don't be stupid. Don't you know me and balls are the best of friends?
Wow. I would have made a strong enough impact to knock the floorboard loose. Think about finding with the facts.
So what made the floorboard come loose?
We already know. Someone stomped it.
Someone who participated in the floorboard.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
Is it pixelated?
But that statue was still on top of the cage.
Culprit hid under floor, then stood up with such might.
But we already said there was no one under the floor.
Someone must have stomped.
Yes.
I agree.
He's so happy when you agree with him.
Kokichi is right. The floorboard came loose because someone stomped on it.
The floorboards fit perfect. Going to make sure first time we go to empty room.
When we first saw the room, yes. But when I looked again during the investigation, one of the cross pieces supporting the floorboards was cut off. After examining the cut, I concluded that it must have been done deliberately.
Someone? You mean the culprit, right? Why'd they do that?
What did the culprit stand to gain by cutting the cross piece?
Why did they stand to gain? That's the question. To solve this case, I need to think carefully about the crosspiece and the floorboard. Tenko's body was at one end of the loose floorboard, and the crosspiece that had been cut was on the other end of the crossboard. That part was outside the cage, so it would have been stomped on. Only one of the crosspieces was left, and the other two were intact. One of them was right under Tenko. The other was in the center, right where the edge of the cage was. What was the culprit attempting to achieve by stomping on the floorboard? Ah, fuck him. It's Gammon. Is it E? Oh shit. I'm just guessing. Really? It's not an E. Oh. Seeing. Seesawing? Seesawing! No, you bitch. They were seesawing Tenko. Seesawing. Is that T? Show me the T. T. No. Fuck. I know it's a seesaw. When the floorboard was stepped on. Seesaw. I'm seeing E's. Is it an E? E. T. I see an F. Oh, seesawing effect. I'm an idiot. I think that's a T. Okay.
I see now.
It's definitely better than the hangman on number 2.
The floorboard might have been used as a seesaw. The crosspiece at one end of the floorboard had been cut off. The other two crosspieces holding up that board were close to the cage. Meaning, if you were to apply force to the end of the floorboard with no crosspiece, the next crosspiece would act as a fulcrum to turn the floorboard into a lever. A lever capable of lifting up Tenko's entire body.
Then the knife had to be underneath there.
Lift it up?
Yeah, that sounds like a seesaw, alright. But why bother lifting Tenko's body?
To
They
stab
couldn't
her.
have killed Tenko like that. Unless they used the sickle.
That's exactly it. Using the seesaw trick, it was possible to kill Tenko with a sickle.
Huh? How?
In order for the culprit to kill Tenko with a seesaw trick, the placement of the sickle is the most important factor.
The floorboard seesaw, the cage, and the blood on the fabric. What conclusions can I draw from this? There's only one place a sickle could have been that is consistent with the evidence.
That's it!
The top of the cage. Oh.
The sickle was at the top of the iron cage, with the blade facing down. reason we didn't see it was because of the fabric covering the cage. Also, the wooden statue kept the blade in place. It's true that the sickle's handle was thick, which made the statue wobble, but the statue's weight kept it from falling over. Once everything was in place, if you stepped hard enough on the seesaw, Tenko's body would have shot upward and hit the blade on the top of the cage. She was bent over, meaning the sickle's blade would have connected with her neck.
The 6-inch sickle blade wasn't long enough to stab Tenko in a crouched position, but with the floorboard acting as a seesaw, it could compensate for the blade's length.
Bringing the victim to the sickle rather than bringing the sickle to the victim. That's definitely an unorthodox idea.
It's crazy, but it would explain how Tenko got stabbed while she was in the cage.
So the sound we heard was the culprit stomping on the floorboard.
That impact make floorboard come loose.
Looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned seesaw homicide. Wait, what the hell's a seesaw homicide? That's fucking crazy!
The craziness is what really makes the killing game fun, you know? They can't get away with murder the
Ah,
normal
your
way,
fucking face.
So they gotta think outside the box.
Can't look at it.
Kudos, culprit! You did a great job keeping me entertained.
Indeed. Well played, Himiko.
Yeah?
It was you, wasn't it? The one behind the seesaw homicide.
I hate that face so much.
Why her?
Because she's the only one capable of carrying out this plan.
The only one?
It freaks me out.
Why's that?
Because this seesaw homicide required its location to be prepared beforehand.
By cutting the crosspiece beneath the floorboard, you mean?
Then the culprit would need to lure their victim into the prepared room. That is why you chose that room for the seance. Is it not, Himiko?
However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use?
The middle one. The middle room's always best for stuff like this.
Oh yeah! Himiko was the one who chose the site for the seance!
She likely found out about my plans for the seance somehow.
You were quite vocal about the seance, Kiyo. You even had instructions for it in your lab.
Our culprit, Himiko, prepared her seesaw trap ahead of time. Then she waited for me to host the seance, and suggested the middle room. She led us all into holding the seance right where she wanted it. Then, she killed Tenko, all according to plan.
That's a lie, right? Himiko did such a thing?
In the end, Himiko, who Tenko cherished and loved, tragically killed her.
Wait! We don't know that, right? He's wrong, right, Himiko? Himiko would never kill Tenko, right?
Kill Tenko? I killed Tenko?
Himiko?
What's wrong, Himiko?
Is it true that using the metal room was Himiko's idea? But does that mean that Himiko really killed Tenko? Would something like that really happen? Something so cruel?
It's the middle of trial. Intermission.
That means I get to pee. That's what I'm gonna do.
Do you want to save? Fuck yeah, I want to save. I also want to pee.
Because drinking tea makes you want to pee. It has to be a somewhat. It has to be a setup because the floorboards were cut up. Like, not the floorboards, yeah. The crosshairs. Whatever. They were cut up. Like, nicely. And then remember Kokichi fell in the other room? So I'm wondering.
Wonder. I'll be right back. I need to pee.
she's gone. I don't know where she went. Who knows? Who knows? Oh no. I hate that his face is there. It freaks me out. It's in my chat. Okay.
Well now.
It looks like we've reached the intermission segment, which means it's time for our... Guess the victim quiz. A victim quiz? Not a culprit quiz?
The only victims are the people who are still watching this drawn-out, boring crap.
Why are you being such a downer all of a sudden?
It's okay.
It is okay. I am sure everyone is happy.
How do you know? They could be skipping this entire conversation for all you know. I can't take it. I can't take it anymore. I'm the real victim here. Me! Why are you getting upset? If anything, I'm the real victim. I gotta put up with all this nonsense all the time.
Absolutely right.
That's the right answer, Monodome. Why? He hasn't said anything.
Hey,
Exactly, because there are no victims. Yep, even if you're killed in this killing game, you're a winner. Because then everyone mourns you, and you get tons of posthumous popularity. Daddy. Oh, Daddy, you don't need to reveal these kind of behind-the-scenes details.
all right.
Dying makes you more popular. Then we gotta die soon, too.
I don't know if it's a good thing to freak me out. It's just like, I remember number 2 and number 3. I'll just get. It was hard to sleep.
I'll sleep with the lights on.
My impression of a spooky, scary ghost.
Spoopy!
I'm fine with real ghosts, but impressions of them are too scary!
Logic does not compute.
All that remains of a once
Did you hear something?
No, I didn't hear anything.
right now, you're on the threshold of
Oh
amazing
no.
adventure showtime.
You know what else is scary? Sweet buns. Yep, tasty, tasty sweet buns. So round, so sweet, so delicious.
That doesn't sound scary at all!
I'm scared too. Scared of losing my friends.
Remains of a once powerful
Did you hear something?
No, I didn't hear anything.
You're on the threshold of an amazing adventure showtime.
I'm so bad with like saying words, so I'm sorry if I botch them. English is hard.
Answer us, Himiko. You chose the middle room to lure us into your trap, did you not? Then you used that trap to kill Tenko, yes?
Well, Donkey Lips, did you kill that twat?
Wait, must be some mistake. No way Himiko is culprit.
Then she needs to defend herself. Otherwise, this debate is deadlocked.
I don't care if you gotta use magic to do it, but say something already.
Are you even listening?
No, I'm not listening.
What?
I don't care anymore. I'm too tired. Angie died. Tenko died. Why did I have to survive? And now, you're all saying I killed them? I just don't care anymore.
Himiko.
Do whatever. If you want to vote for me, then just go ahead.
The game gets really blah if the suspect isn't into it.
That's not the problem.
Damn it. Don't tell me you've given up.
Himiko, don't give up.
Don't you understand? My life is riding on the outcome of this trial!
Just shut up. I told you, I'm too tired. It's all just big pain. I can't put up with it anymore.
What are you talking about? If you give up here...
You needn't worry. Himiko is the one who chose that room. Therefore, she is unmistakably the culprit.
Impossible! Himiko would never kill Tenko! Himiko, not that kind of person. Gonta can tell by Himiko's face.
Himiko's a little slow, so I don't think she's capable of handling a complicated crime.
I also think Himiko's not the culprit. Somehow.
Either way, we gotta look for more possibilities.
That does seem like rather a pointless quest.
No, it's not. We gotta be strong. Gotta keep thinking. Then we might find new truth. So no give up, Himiko!
Himiko, I know how you feel. I felt the same way after Kaede died. But we can't give up. We survived. We can't give up, for the sake of everyone who died.
Performing the seance in that room was Himiko's decision, was it not?
What if someone steered her into picking that room?
Of the 3 empty rooms,
Bloody Kokichi, what's that?
just about the middle one. Because you laid your trap there.
Was Trap only in that room? Other rooms may be trapped too.
Yes!
I agree.
Because Kokichi! I know this one!
It's just like Gonta said. Each room was the same. They were all trapped.
What? Is that true?
Kokichi will tell you.
Oh my god. You bastard.
I was way too careless. Wait, what are you talking about?
I guess there was no crosspiece supporting this floorboard, so I kinda stepped through. What bad luck.
While you were in the room next to the crime scene, you found a loose floorboard, right?
Well, I didn't find it so much as I stepped through it and tripped.
What? Hold on! There was also a loose floorboard in the next room?
So the culprit prepared a trap in all 3 empty rooms, not just the middle one.
If the culprit set traps in all the rooms, then they wouldn't need to select a room themselves.
So the real trap was for someone else to pick a room and take the blame.
Yep.
I see. We were caught in the culprit's trap all along.
Especially you!
But now there's no reason to suspect Himiko, right?
Himiko, do you remember what Tenko told you?
Keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else. Please.
Live life facing forward. She said that to you, right? If you give up on living, you'd be betraying her memory.
Yeah, I thought so too, because it's just like Kokichi got hurt, and I was like, oh, traps everywhere.
We're all trying to keep our promises to the dead. This trial, it's not just for our lives. It's for everyone who's died as well.
You're right, she would have said that too.
That's why we can't give up. This is our responsibility. We live on.
You're right. Yeah, that's right. If I gave up here, I wouldn't be able to face Angie or Tenko.
That's right. So let's do our best.
Oh, someone's speeding.
Alright, I'm not gonna say it's a pain anymore.
Yeah.
I won't give up. I'll fight alongside everyone and survive.
Do not say everyone. After all, the Blackened is still among us.
Hey, there you go. Killing the mood like usual. But damn, well said, Shuichi. That's what I'd expect from my soul bro.
Aw, we're soul bros.
Your soul bro?
Yes, except it, Shuichi.
Well, anyway, do you think the Blackened this time has some sort of superpower?
What are you talking about?
Well, as a self-proclaimed expert of stepping through floorboards... Isn't it weird that no one stepped through that floorboard before the culprit used it?
Ah, that is a good point.
It must have been barrier magic. Well, that's one possibility, but I think it might have been something else.
Don't sleep yet.
Why did no one step on the floorboard until it was used for the murder? Ah, that's it. That must be the reason. It was because of the magic circle he drew.
This is it!
He said no one should step on it.
It's because of the magic circle at the scene of the crime.
Also, it's dark in here, so be sure to watch your step. If the magic circle is broken, not only will the seance fail, but it may also unleash a curse.
You should see when I do Superboy voice.
Seance, we were warned not to step on the circle.
Superboy voices. Hurts my throat.
The floorboard in question was within the circle. That's why no one stepped on it.
My dog things.
The magic circle's purpose was to keep us away from the whole trick.
Kiria. Yeah, I can't. Fuck. I can't.
That was part of the culprit's plans too?
Thank you for the follow.
That's right. If that's the case, then the culprit... There's no doubt in my mind. They're the only one who killed Tenko.
Come back, mouse.
Only one person had the opportunity and the motive.
It was Kyo.
It has to be you!
This bitch was so, like, full-on ready to murder people.
Was it you?
Or, like, put the blame to somebody.
Whatever are you talking about?
I'm talking about Tenko's murder.
Yeah.
Kyo? Why do you suspect me?
Because you were the one who drew the magic circle. The circle kept us from discovering the seesaw trick. But that's not all it was for. In order to make the murder succeed, variables like Tenko's position and the placement of the cage needed to be defined. And those variables were defined by using the magic circle. In short, the circle itself was the most important tool in this murder. Knowing that, the person who drew the magic circle has to be the culprit.
Well, Kyo,
Answer already! Did you do it?
What is so funny?
I was just thinking. So this is how each Blackened must have felt. What an intriguing experience this is.
What? An intriguing experience?
But if I am the culprit as you claim, then I stomped on the floorboard, yes? So, do tell. How could I have stomped on the floorboard during that darkened seance?
I see. That is problem.
Unless that is made clear, you cannot be certain I am the culprit.
how can you be so calm when you're backed into a corner like this?
I will explain that in due time. Please answer my question first.
The culprit stepped on that exact floorboard, even in the darkness. But how? How did they move around in total darkness? In a room that dark, it's hard to imagine the culprit found the right board. Although, even after I put out the candle, I can move along the wall with my hand.
Wait a minute. Maybe...
Did you figure it out?
That's it. The culprit didn't even have to see at all. They used... touch.
That's it! The culprit used touch. They didn't see. They felt.
That way they could get around in the dark, like how I got to the candle.
Wasn't Seesaw in middle of room? Gonta doesn't think it was near wall.
So they probably used something besides the wall to move then, right?
Were there any other markers within reach?
Of course, the answer to that is there was nothing of the sort.
No, I'm sure there was something. A landmark they could have used to determine where the floorboard was. It must have been at the scene. I know it. Ah, fuck. Handman's Gambit. No, I think it's an A. A. Yeah, because the magic circle. Because it's salt. Give me an R. Give me an L. Give me an E. I think that's an E. Magic circle.
That's it! The magic circle. They used the magic circle. Remember? The magic circle was drawn with salt. The culprit used the salt's texture to feel their way through the dark.
I see. So Kyo traced the magic circle with his hands to get to the loose floorboard.
Oh, I see. You drew the magic circle with salt to use it as a guide.
Yeah.
An interesting thought. It is unfortunate that it is so wrong.
What?
Recall the document. What did the magic circle look like?
Based on the document, the magic circle wouldn't reach the corners of the room.
So what?
When the room was darkened, each of us was in a corner of the room, yes? The magic circle didn't reach us, so I could not have followed it, yes?
But you're talking about the magic circle in the document. That doesn't mean the circle you drew was the same.
No, I most definitely drew it exactly the same. I have it perfectly memorized.
So which is it? Is there any way to check?
Not anymore. The magic circle is a complete mess from being trampled on.
I see. Another piece of the puzzle. Drawing the circle with salt all. Wait. Okay, okay, I read it right. Drawing the circle with salt all but guaranteed it would be temporary. The investigation itself would have gotten rid of the evidence. Clever.
Everyone, may I have your attention, please?
What a pain. We don't have any way to check it now.
Excuse me, everyone. May I have your attention, please?
Well, I guess there's no point in discussing the magic circle anymore.
Hey, may I have your attention?
We've been blinded.
I said cut that out! It's too bright!
I apologize. I just wanted everyone to listen to me.
About what?
I had Miu add another function to my body, in addition to the flashlight.
What the? No way! Did you really? Stop! You can't! I didn't install it for that purpose!
Please, let me use it! With it, I might be able to save everyone.
Alright, so what is this function?
It's an image recording function.
Image recording?
Specifically,
No,
this
no,
function
Blair.
allows me to dispense a printout of my own memory. I'll give it a try.
Hopefully it's nothing lewd.
Ready?
From your mouth?
I also used magic like that before.
This printout is my memory of being kicked out of the seance. Please confirm that the floor of the empty room is clearly visible. Go on, take the picture and see for yourself.
Okay.
got it.
I reluctantly took the paper from Kibo's mouth. So, this is the magic circle used for the seance.
Well, Shuichi, do you notice anything?
Notice anything? I do. I do. There are lines.
There!
Like I knew there was.
This helped a lot, Kibo. Without you, I never would have seen through Kyo's lie.
Yeah.
My lie.
You just said that you drew the magic circle exactly as it appears in the document. But that's a lie, isn't it?
Yeah, I remember it had that without the picture, but yeah. We need evidence.
The magic circle at the scene had lines that stretched to the room's corners. Which means that you would be able to find the floorboard from anywhere in the room.
So it was different from the document after all.
Yeah.
All because Himiko noticed. And because of Kibo, too.
Yeah.
Hey, where's my things? I'm the one who installed that function into Kibo.
Hey, yeah, what was it you were saying about its purpose?
Oh, to be honest, the purpose of that image recording function is to monitor my health. Specifically, I make Kibo use that function every day to analyze my turds.
What?
Your what? Why? Shit is a great indicator of intestinal health and gut bacteria quality.
What?
Plus, taking a satisfying shit does wonders for a woman's natural beauty, so... See? You're all grossed out! This is why I didn't want to tell you about my plan!
Quit talking about your poop. No one cares. Kyo, you killed Tenko, didn't you? Just give up and admit it already.
So, Kyo, if you have any objections, you can...
Your deductions are fiction.
Oh shit.
Well, since you've given me the option, I will most certainly object. To be honest, it's unimportant, but it may be an amusing diversion.
Unimportant.
Now I shall bear witness to your abilities, Shuichi. Do entertain me.
Okay, boy. I'll come after you. Let's go. Cheat dog statue.
If you are going to claim I am the culprit, then what of the murder weapon? It was set up in the cage. The only people capable of that are Kokichi and Shuichi, who carried the cage. So suspicion should fall on them.
True, we could have placed the sickle there, but we could not have removed it later. Because we weren't the ones who lifted the cage. That was Himiko.
The only person who could have collected the sickle was Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi and Shuichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift it. I had no opportunity to touch the sickle.
Wait, she...
So simply...
No, it was right there.
I am not the killer.
It was right fucking there. Here's the code. We had an opportunity getting the murder weapon. I can prove it.
The only person who could have collected the sickle was Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi and... But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage. No, I had no opportunity to touch the
You
sickle.
had the white sheet.
I'll cut through your words. The only person who could have set up the sickle and retrieved it afterward is Kyo. That was done by covering the cage with a white cloth. You could have secretly placed the sickle when you draped the cloth. And retrieved it afterward when you removed the cloth. Then, while everyone was distracted, you discreetly dropped the sickle under the floor.
Wonderful! That's exactly correct.
The fuck? What?
It's correct? Then why don't you give up already?
The trick I put so much work into is just wasted effort now. Alas.
So, it was you? You killed Tenko?
Let me guess. You'll never forgive me. Himiko, you must hate me so very much. Maybe you'd feel better if I was executed by Monokuma. But unfortunately for you, that won't happen. Because if you vote for me, every spotless, including myself, will die.
What you talking about, Kyo?
What you talk about, Willis?
You still don't understand? I killed Tenko, that is the truth. But it is meaningless in this class trial.
Meaningless?
You mean Monokuma's extra rule, right?
Yep.
Ah, that's right. What happens to your votes if there are 2 blackened candidates? Well, I have an answer for that. It's first come, first served.
You see, I killed Tenko, but not Angie. For us, Tenko's death is nothing but a trivial issue. Because the blackened in this trial is the culprit who killed Angie.
Trivial issue? No, that's gotta be a lie. You probably killed Angie too.
That is simply not possible. Recall that I was unable to enter Angie's lab.
Oh, only student council members and Kokichi could enter research lab.
How could I have possibly killed Angie when I couldn't even enter her lab?
We can figure that out. No one else could have done it besides you. If you're the one who killed Tenko, you gotta be the one who killed Angie.
I understand how you feel, Himiko, but maybe we can discuss this rationally and calmly. There is a non-zero possibility that Kyo is telling the truth.
So you understand how she feels. I see. Wait, robots can understand human feelings?
Of course I understand. I work really hard to understand.
Hey, why you getting all worked up, Kibo? Chill, dude.
That's enough! It's voting time! I'm gonna vote for him!
Voting for me will only help the one who murdered Angie.
Isn't Kyo culprit?
Of course I'm not. This case was an error on my part. Monokuma added that rule after both bodies were found, yes? How was I to know that the trial would only be for Angie's killer? Had I known, I certainly wouldn't have killed Tenko.
You're lying! You killed Tenko and Angie!
Now hold on. Jumping to conclusions here is dangerous.
Mm-hmm. We should talk it out more. This case might have juicy plot twists waiting to happen.
It could.
Nuts to that. Any way you look at this case, Kyo is obviously the culprit.
I agree.
There's sort of no other way to look at it.
No, it's too dangerous to vote before we arrive at a logical decision.
The culprit's one of you! Wowee! This argument is getting intense. At times like this,
It's my favorite part.
the Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal
Trial grounds.
Yippee! I've been waiting for this!
Oh no.
Why were you waiting for it?
Kyo confessed to killing Tenko, but insists he didn't kill Angie. We won't forgive Kyo for what he did, but we can't vote until we know the facts. I have to pin down the evidence and convince everyone. I love this song.
It's time!
Three-hour trial, she says.
It's about 3 hours.
It's only 1 o'clock in the morning. Don't vote yet.
Kyo killed Tenko and Angie!
Maybe?
Couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
He forced his way into Angie's research lab and killed her!
Kyo, Anyone could have entered my lab.
Oh, wait, that's the wrong one.
The katana was found in Kyo's lab.
Yeah, it's this one.
Could have entered my lab.
That is
Kyo
true.
did kill Tenko, but he not blackened?
Kokichi! Perhaps there's a second blackened we need to find.
There is.
He was planning to use the new rule to protect himself all along.
Kyo! Not possible. That rule was added after
I'm done.
both murders.
We solved the mystery of Tenko's death. Can't we just vote now?
I got this.
I messed up. I have to fix it.
There's still another mystery to solve.
I have to do that again.
Kyo killed Tenko and Angie!
When we aren't consistent, our position looks weaker. We have to work together. If we vote now, we'll never know the truth. We have to defend that point.
Kyo killed Tenko and Angie!
Kibo! We don't know for certain that Kyo killed Angie.
Okay.
He forced his way into Angie's research lab and killed her!
Come on,
I
mouse.
got this. Not yet. There's still another mystery to solve.
The katana
Really?
was found in Kyo's lab.
Kyo! Anyone could have entered my lab.
Oh, I fucked up.
Kyo did kill Tenko, but he not blackened?
Kokichi! Perhaps there's a second
Yeah, I fucked up on that one.
He was planning to use the new rule to
Roll.
Not possible. That rule was added
I'm
after
dumb.
both murders.
We solved the mystery.
Mystery.
Not yet. There's still another mystery to
I love
solve.
this song. I know, I fucked up.
Way into An-
Killed her. You have to work on position. Yeah.
Tenko and Angie!
Kibo!
No.
We don't know for certain that Kyo killed Angie.
This song's amazing.
He forced his way into Angie's
I got this. But he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
The katana was found in
Kyo! Anyone could have entered my lab.
So Kyo did kill Tenko.
Kokichi! Perhaps there's a second blackened we need to find.
I know, it's so good.
planning to use
Kyo! Not possible. That rule was added after both murders.
We solved the
I got this. Not yet. There's still another mystery to solve.
Oh, good. W D and then A. Okay.
It would be a mistake to vote before we've completely solved Angie's murder.
Oh no, my eye's acting up. Oh, eyeball.
And there's still the mystery of Tenko's murder.
Yeah.
mystery? What kind of mystery?
Well, Kyo's confession derailed our conversation a bit. But we still have to go over one of the clues found at Tenko's crime scene. I believe it might even have something to do with Angie's murder.
Yes, the outlying piece of evidence at Tenko's murder scene was the dried blood.
This is it!
Yep.
The blood stain found under the floor. Maki and I found it during the investigation. It was beneath the floorboard that the culprit stomped on.
Was that Tenko's blood?
That bloodstain was too far from Tenko's corpse to have been hers.
Also, the blood stain was already dry when we found it. But the blood from Tenko's body hadn't even begun to dry yet.
Well, that's weird. Why was that blood stain the only dry one?
The blood stains under the floorboard was dry because it happened before the seance. It was there before Tenko was killed. It happened before the seance.
The blood stain wasn't from Tenko's murder. It was there before we started the seance.
Before the seance?
That should make it clear whose blood it was. The blood stain from before the seance has to be one of them. Kyo, Tenko, Angie.
That's it! That blood stain wasn't Tenko's. It was Angie's.
Why was blood from Angie at the scene of Tenko's murder?
Yeah, wasn't Angie killed in her research lab?
Just because we found her body there doesn't mean she was killed there.
Ah, I guess That's possible.
If Angie wasn't killed in her lab, then that opens up a lot more possibilities. We assumed that only council members could have killed Angie since her body was in her lab. But if she died somewhere else, then we can't suspect just the council members anymore.
So the culprit didn't enter her lab, but waited for her to come out of it?
I'm not sure if the culprit waited for her, but they probably killed her when she came out. Well, I thought that was more likely from the start. So I went to places Angie might have gone and checked all 3 empty rooms.
Places she might have gone? Why did you check the empty rooms then?
The empty rooms were the only places I could think of that Angie would go.
Did Angie have business in rooms?
It seems Kokichi's up to his usual misleading nonsense again.
I do lie a lot, and I could be lying right now too. But I'm pretty sure someone's panicking right now because of my lie.
Angie left her lab on her own and headed to the room where she was killed. Is Kokichi's statement true, or... I think she did leave.
The art research lab is not where Angie was killed. She was killed in the empty room instead!
She left her lab on her own?
But why would she go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there. Except for candles.
That's it!
She did. She did want a candle.
I agree. That's it. Angie went to that room to get a candle.
Yeah, for kinky wax play!
Sure.
No. Angie was gonna use it for the ritual. According to the Necronomicon, to resurrect the dead.
After preparing the effigy, burn this Necronomicon to ashes. Use caution. Be mindful of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Then, did she seek out a candle so she could burn the book?
That's right. There's nothing to start a fire with in Angie's lab. So she went to go get a candle from one of the empty rooms.
And that's when the culprit attacked her!
Yeah, just go.
That's why there was dried blood underfloor.
Which means Angie was attacked in the same room the seance was held. Bravo, Himiko. Well done for choosing that room for the seance.
Well,
If we hadn't done the seance in that room, then Tenko's murder would have been in another room. If that happened, no one would have discovered Angie's blood stain under the floorboards.
That's right. Shuichi and I only checked under the floorboards where Tenko died.
Yep, it's all thanks to Himiko for choosing the same room as Angie. This must be a Tua's will. Or maybe the power of magic.
hello.
It's neither. I just picked one.
Hold on. You're all acting as though you've proven that is fact already. You claim Angie was murdered in the empty room, and then moved to the lab? Then how do you explain the large amount of blood in the lab? It may be possible to carry a body, but blood cannot be moved.
I think she was still alive after the attack in the empty room.
That's what I'm thinking.
She was killed after she was carried to her lab.
That means the culprit attacked her twice. I have evidence of that. Remember that piece of tape? Where is it? Bloody duct tape. No, guess it's not it. I know evidence, so if she didn't die in the interview, then why was she attacked twice?
I was wrong!
Oh no, I am wrong. No, my 3 hearts. Ugh. Like somebody had purposely cut it. No, I guess it's not that either. Fuck. Why was she attacked twice? Oh yeah, the forehead injury. Fuck, I'm stupid.
The fatal wound was a cut to the back of her neck from a katana. But she also showed signs of blunt force trauma, and I think I know why. After Angie was knocked unconscious in the empty room, she was killed in her lab.
I see. So that puddle of blood is from the killing blow. Ha! It's all clear now. Angie was attacked in the empty room, carried to her lab.
God, I'm getting terrible on this one.
And it was there that the culprit finished her off.
Okay, good night.
All clear. This is all clear. What are you all talking about? All clear? What is all clear?
Oh.
What are you? All clear? What are you all? You what? What are? I will not fear. I will not back down.
Oh, what?
Sweet Korekio, calm yourself.
Huh?
Their words are all hollow. There is no meaning to any of them.
What?
You must teach these ignorant children a lesson.
Yes, you're right. Okay, I'll teach them.
What the hell are you mumbling about? You're giving me the goddamn willies!
Not yet. Nothing is clear at all.
He tries to leave. He's just like, what? And he's still here.
Doubts, of mysteries, of a dense, impenetrable fog! Nothing is clear at all!
Okay, time to fight you. Let's go. Let's go.
Angie was attacked in the empty room first, and then carried into the research lab? Impossible! Impossible! That's nothing but a delusion! You intend to poison our minds with your delusions?
It's no delusion. Angie's 2 external wounds tell the story. After she was struck in the empty room, she was carried to the art research lab and then killed.
You say the culprit carried Angie's body, and not a single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no bloodstains. Even if you wipe them down later, there'd still be traces of evidence left behind. But there was no evidence anywhere, was there, Shuichi?
Cut through your words.
Here's a piece of tea.
There was evidence left at the scene. The bloody tape under Angie's body.
What?
It was wrapped around her head to stop the bleeding while she was being carried.
Bloody tape? Gonta didn't notice at all.
It was under the body. It's most likely evidence the culprit should have gotten rid of. But since it was hidden, the culprit didn't notice and failed to dispose of it.
It must have fallen as the fatal blow was dealt, and ended up under her body.
Must have been Atua who did that for us.
What? Atua? How long are you going to keep that up?
Now we know most of the mystery behind Angie's murder.
I'm convinced there's only one person who could have killed Angie.
Kyo.
It has to be you.
He did both of them.
It's you, Kyo. You killed Angie.
Murderer.
What the fuck? So it's true!
Well, that was obvious. Such a boring, obvious answer.
You killed both of them.
Why did you kill them?
In terms of pure logic, only one victim was necessary to win.
Why? Why you killed them both?
I think one of the murders was an accident.
An accident?
That's right. It wasn't part of the plan.
Huh? Which one?
Angie's. The murder that was an accident. It was Angie's.
That's it! Angie's murder was an accident.
What? Tanko wasn't accident?
That's right. Kyo originally planned to kill someone with a seesaw trick. But while he was making preparations in the empty room, Angie walked in. So he decided to kill her in order to keep her from talking.
She just happened to walk in on the culprit setting up and was killed.
Then, you should have just stopped there. He killed Angie. There was no reason for him to kill Tanko.
You only needed to kill one for this game. Killing two is pointless. If you get bonus points for killing more, then sure. Otherwise, it leaves more clues behind.
Why, Kyo? Why you kill two of our friends?
What on earth are you talking about? No, I'm not the culprit. So, why is everyone looking at me like I am? Why? Why are they? Why is it? Calm yourself, Korekio. Yes. You mustn't raise your voice. You mustn't stutter. You mustn't lose composure. You mustn't become flustered. You mustn't waver. Look at their horrid faces. This sorry lot is not worth agonizing over. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Here he goes again.
He's
What
supposed
the
to be
hell's
sleeping.
wrong with him?
It almost seems like he's talking with someone.
Someone? He's just talking to himself. And why the hell is he wearing lipstick?
No matter how loudly you protest, this is a trivial matter. I never acknowledge your allegations. Not a single one of them. For you see, there is no evidence that I killed Angie. No, I will not acknowledge it. I will only acknowledge facts, true events. I won't acknowledge fiction, mystery. I won't acknowledge your deductions or guesses. Well said. Good job, Korekio. Yes, thanks.
Creeps me the fuck out!
No evidence. There is no evidence that he killed Angie.
You're wrong. There is evidence.
What? You do realize bluffs like that won't work, yes?
The weapon that was used to knock Angie unconscious in the empty room. That weapon tells us the whole story, Kyo.
That's not possible. I think you may have misunderstood. Apologize. Come on, apologize. 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 Apologize.
I feel like I've heard these things before.
Seriously, what the hell's happening?
I have no idea what's happening with Kyo. But I know what weapon he used on Angie. I have to prove it to him. Ah! Fuck.
I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong.
Really?
I'm not the culprit, so I have nothing to confess. I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong. Yes, I'm not the culprit, so I have nothing to confess. I have nothing to admit.
Oh god.
You are simply wrong.
Oh damn it.
Why must you force your delusions on us? Your logic. That's merely a delusion.
I don't know.
Well said, Korekio. To continue this debate is meaningless. Why must you force your delusions on us? Your logic.
Ah damn it.
That's merely a delusion. Well said, Korekio.
Ah damn it.
To continue this debate is meaningless. Why must you force your delusions on us? Your logic. That's merely a delusion. I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. 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 Apologize.
Damn it, I hate this.
Not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot.
Come on.
Apologize. Apologize.
Damn it.
Apologize. Apologize. I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. 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 I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth.
Be beaten up.
You have no proof that Correcchio is the killer.
Ring. Roof. Floorboard.
It ends here! Keo hit Angie with the same floorboard used in the seesaw trick.
I see. And how do you know the floorboard was the murder weapon?
Cause
There was a small
was.
patch of dry blood on the underside of the floorboard.
Angie's blood?
Blood that spattered there when the culprit struck Angie with the board. But that's not the only evidence that she was hit with that floorboard. There's also the blood stain under the floor to consider. For that to be there, the floorboard must not have been in place at the time of the attack.
Good point. Had the floorboard been in place, her blood wouldn't have splattered beneath it.
Keo's earlier confession is further evidence that the floorboard was used.
How?
If the weapon used to hit Angie is the floorboard from the seesaw trick,
It means the culprit knew about the seesaw, so the same person killed Tenko and Angie.
Oh, piercing scream.
I believe that while Keo was setting up the seesaw, he was holding the board when Angie walked in.
And a cold copter with a floorboard.
Just went whack.
all you can do now is accept it. You even confessed to Tenko's murder already.
Oh, it's true. This is the truth.
Looks like we're almost at the end. All right, Shuichi. I'll leave the finale to you. Bring down the house.
Ichi, please, put an end to this.
Wow, blood.
For Tenko's sake. End this class trial.
I understand. I'll go over
Oh, someone's just
everything one
zooming
more time.
past.
Keo, I want you to confess. No, I will force you to confess.
Gasp. A forcing. Oh yeah. Okay. Who was the culprit? Who was the culprit with who saw the empty room? Okay. Knocked Angie unconscious. Oh, the Band-Aid. Weapon that killed Angie. That's not here yet. Stabbed with the katana. We don't have that one yet. The spinning katana. When Angie's body was found, who unlocked the door? Where did Tenko rest her forehead on? The stone.
Who besides Kokichi responds for extinguishing the light to move around the darkness during the seance? Oh, he felt salt. When the culprit approached the cage... Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. How did the magic circle get erased? What weapon killed Angie? Is this one? Yeah, would be this one. Yeah. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Set up. Go. Yeah. Oh, it takes all of them. You gotta solve a lot. Kokichi lockpicking would be it was here too. When the culprit approached the cage, he stomped on the floorboard. When the magic person was erased, it was all because we were contaminating the scene. He stabbed Coyote's effigy. And then there was one more.
This is the truth of the case! Let's look back at the first murder. It was late last night. The culprit was in the empty room on the 4th floor.
Have a good day.
The culprit was preparing the seance murder they had planned. To use the floorboard as a seesaw, they had to cut the crosspiece supporting it. The plan was to make the same preparations for all 3 empty rooms. This would divert suspicion away from the culprit and whoever picked a room. To cut the crosspieces, they needed a saw. I imagine they got one from the warehouse. They were planning to cut the crosspieces in all 3 rooms. However, when the culprit was working on the middle room, the unexpected happened. Angie walked into that room and saw the culprit making their preparations. She needed some fire for the ritual and had gone to the room for a candle. At that point, the culprit had not finished the setup and was just cutting crosspieces. Angie might not have concluded that it was tied to some kind of murder plan, but now that Angie had seen it, the culprit couldn't use the seesaw trick. Any other person might have just given up, but not our culprit. The culprit took the floorboard they loosened and struck the unsuspecting Angie in the head. The culprit did not want to give up on their plan and had to improvise. They wrapped duct tape around Angie's injury to stop the bleeding. Then they picked up her unconscious body and carried her to a research lab. While she was unconscious, the culprit hurried to tie up this loose end.
By stabbing her.
But because they were in a hurry, they made a crucial oversight. They didn't notice the duct tape had peeled off and was under Angie's body. Without that evidence, we may never have figured out the culprit's trick.
I feel like we would have figured it out.
Carrying the supplies they needed, the culprit returned to the ultimate art lab. Locked the front door from inside. And took out the katana they brought from their own lab.
And then... let's stab.
They then stabbed Angie in the back of the neck, finally killing her. Then, to further confuse us, the culprit attempted to make a locked room mystery. First, they used rope from the warehouse and hung 4 effigies upside down. There were 2 reasons for this. To overwhelm the room with an occult atmosphere. And the other was the key to locking the room. The culprit stuck the katana into Kaede's effigy near the rear entrance. And spun the effigy around to twist up the rope. After enough turns, the culprit let go and headed for the rear door. Once released, the effigy began spinning, and the gold leaf katana with it. The handle of the katana then hit the sliding lock, locking the door. A difficult trick, but remember that the lock was so loose it moved at the slightest touch. The culprit also would have had the opportunity to attempt it many times. Once complete, the door was locked, but the duct tape was left behind. Perhaps the culprit noticed it, but by that point, it was too late. The room was sealed. There was no way for them to get back inside. Then, this morning, we opened up the room and discovered Angie's body.
La gasp.
But the culprit wasn't finished. They wanted one more murder. To do that, they manipulated us into performing this seance.
But why 2 murders?
Of the 3 empty rooms, the middle one was chosen for the seance. I was invited by Kokichi to take Kibo's place in the seance. Tenko volunteered to be the medium, but she never imagined it would get her killed. To perform the seance, the culprit claimed they needed something for Tenko. A small stone that Himiko had brought from the courtyard. Tenko, at the culprit's request, bowed her head until it was touching the stone.
I guess you're right, Soul. It is a tradition for
That position
Danganronpa.
was instrumental in making sure the murder went as planned. Next, Kokichi and I placed the iron cage over Tenko in the middle of the magic circle.
But there's usually a reason.
The culprit then volunteered to drape the white cloth over the iron cage. We didn't realize it at the time, but that was a deliberate decision by the culprit. They needed to set up the murder weapon that was used to kill Tenko. While they were covering the cage with a cloth, they secretly placed the sickle.
Okay.
Finally, 4 of us placed the wooden statue on top of the cage. The culprit used the weight of the statue to keep the murder weapon in place. After the preparations were complete, we began the seance.
We were singing.
In complete darkness, we each stood in one corner and sang the Caged Child song.
I wonder what his punishment's gonna be like.
When the song finished, the soul of the dead was supposed to enter the medium, but our culprit had another plan: to commit a murder in the darkness. Right after we started singing, the culprit began making their way toward Tenko. It would have been quite difficult to do in total darkness, but our culprit had a guide. They used the lines of the magic circle drawn with salt. The culprit felt for the salt and used it to guide them along. And when the culprit reached the center of the circle,
I think a lot of us are dozing off.
they found a floorboard that had its crosspiece cut off the night before.
You're so close.
They
Stop.
lifted up their foot and stomped down hard on the floorboard. The floorboard lifted up like a seesaw and pushed Tenko's body up toward the ceiling of the cage. Tenko was stabbed in the back of the neck by the sickle on the top of the cage. She was killed right before our eyes, and we didn't even see it. After committing the crime, the culprit followed the salt back to their corner, finished the ritual, and had us light the candles. We followed the culprit's directions and removed the equipment used for the seance. And discovered Tenko's body. And while we were all focused on the body, the culprit picked up the sickle and dropped it under the floor through the hole in the corner of the room. Ironically, the final step of the murder was unwittingly carried out by us. The culprit had planned the murder so that we would unintentionally destroy some evidence. That evidence was the magic circle that the culprit used to navigate in the dark. However, the culprit didn't know that Kibo had taken a picture. He really saved us. Without that, we wouldn't know what changes were made to the circle. But now we know for certain, and we know the culprit drew the magic circle. Korekio Shinguchi, the ultimate anthropologist. You're the culprit behind these murders.
Me. You're the culprit.
That's where my detective work leads us. It all fits.
Sweet Korekio, there were times when it's necessary to admit defeat. Admit? Yeah. Okay.
So you finally admit you did it.
Unfortunately. Yes. Yes. It's unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. My one regret, my only regret, was not being able to make 100 friends.
What?
100 friends?
It was my dream to make 100 friends.
What?
Oh, it's so unfortunate! I was so close to 100! What are you talking about? I do not understand a word of this.
Who gives a fuck? Let's vote for this kooky bastard and be done with this already! Roger that! One voting time! Coming up!
100 friends.
Excitement as
The heart-racing excitement!
As the blackened and the spotless finally face off,
It's voting time!
Poor Monodam. He just wasn't cool enough.
Correctio Shinguchi.
Now then, it seems the voting has finished. Let's see the result.
I wonder if he voted for himself. Oh, he voted for himself.
Who'll be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
I did so bad this time. It was so bad.
Verdict. Who's chosen? It's Korakio. Shinguji.
It is so bad. I got like a C. Got like a terrible choice. Look at all those A's. Probably got a B. Oh shit, I got an A! Ugh, better than I thought I did.
Wow, seriously, you're correct again. Amazing. This is the third correct verdict in a row.
Alright!
If you manage to get 12 correct verdicts in a row, you'll proceed to the bonus round.
How's this gonna last that long?
For now.
It's finally over.
No. No, not yet. I haven't heard his answer. Kyo, why? Why did you kill Angie and Tinko?
Right!
Yeah, you no need to kill them both, no matter what motive you have.
Oh?
Motive?
Hey! Did your motive have something to do with the transfer student who was resurrected? Even if it did, though, how did that trigger a murder?
Hey!
Don't tell me. Were you actually scared of the resurrection ritual, Kaito?
Shut up!
Shut up. I never said I was scared. The resurrection ritual had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it? Because we're friends. I'll tell you. I never once believed in the ritual. I would never kill someone over such a silly thing as that.
What?
So it has nothing to do with the motive.
Then why?
Yes.
For the one that I love.
There is someone that I love.
From the bottom of my heart. Someone so dear. Someone I long for.
I love her with all my heart. And she loves me with all her heart.
Nakedness.
Yes. We vowed an endless love to each other. Forever bound by fate. None can come between us. We are bound by an intense love. No matter what anyone says.
Them booties.
Bragging about your perfect love life. Fuck you. Some of us aren't that lucky. So to see his lover of yours, you had to escape?
Don't tell me. That's why you killed Angie and Tinko? But why did you need to kill both?
If you asked if I did it to escape this place, my answer would be no.
Wonderful.
Because I have no need to escape this place. The one I love is inside. Inside?
Wait!
Don't look at me. I'm not his lover.
Yeah.
Tone down. No one would want a disgusting shit stuff bitch like you anyway.
What the what?
Hey!
Kyo, what is it? Who's this person you love?
Hey.
Is it really one of us? When I say inside, I do not mean inside this academy.
You see.
I mean, inside me.
Sister.
Yes, the one I love lives inside me. My dearest sister.
Huh?
Sister?
Wait!
Don't look at me. I'm not his sister.
Right?
Well, duh. If you were his sister, he would have killed himself already.
Wait. Your sister? But didn't you say she was your lover?
Whatever is the matter.
It is not that difficult. My sister is my lover.
I loved her so deeply. And she loved me so deeply.
Ah.
The fact that we were siblings meant nothing to us. We called it forbidden love. But none could stop the love we shared.
Ah.
Oh, how I longed for my sister's warmth. The only time I felt at peace was when I was enveloped in my sister's warmth.
Oh. I kinda knew it was gonna be a sister.
For my beloved sister.
That is why, for my beloved sister, I had to.
Always messing around.
You had to escape from here, right?
No.
No. I had to kill for her.
Huh?
What?
Sister.
Sister was very sickly. She was always in and out of the hospital ever since she was a child. Because of that, she didn't have many friends. She always seemed so lonely.
However,
Even if I could be her little brother and her lover, I couldn't be her friend. So I thought I'd find her some friends. Friends for my dear deceased sister.
huh?
Deceased.
Do you understand?
My sister is now a ghost, so her friend should be ghosts too, right?
For my beloved sister.
For her sister's sake, I've killed many to send her 100 friends. They were all wonderful people, worthy of being sister's friends.
Huh?
What?
Incomprehensible.
This is too impossible to understand. Too impossible.
Sister.
Sister is very happy.
Yes.
Oh god.
Yes, Korekiyo, I am very happy. Thanks to you, I am not lonely.
Could it be that the lipstick version of Kyo is...
I am Korekio's older sister.
Thank you for looking after my little brother.
What?
What the hell?
Yes.
After I lost my beloved sister, I was so distraught I nearly went mad. But sister came to save me.
I am pleased.
She visited me during one of my seances and stayed inside me.
Sister.
Now I can see her whenever I want. I'm never lonely.
Korekio.
That's wonderful, Korekiyo. You love me at the impossible possible.
Are you serious?
Are you serious? Is this really a spirit?
I told you.
He's just delusional. What a sad girl who can't even believe in the power of love.
Ew.
Either way, he's totally out of his mind. I mean, he killed for a dead chick. You said you killed a lot already, right? So it wasn't just the two you killed here.
What was that? What?
Seems like he was already crazy before he got here.
Because?
You didn't kill to escape from here. That wasn't your purpose from the get-go. You just wanted to slaughter a bunch, huh?
Unacceptable.
Do not make me out to be some bloodthirsty, indiscriminate killer. I only kill girls who I think are worthy of being sister's friends.
Huh?
Only girls. I see. So when we were deciding on who should be the medium. Before that, let's choose a spiritual medium. It would work best with a girl. You said it would work best with a girl. I spent my time evaluating all the girls here.
Wonderful.
And besides Maki and Mew, they were all worthy. All worthy of being sister's friends.
All worthy?
Why, you?
Hey, how come I'm not included? I mean, not like I care.
Then the second victim could have been me. Tenko died in place of me. Then I'll do it.
I can't think of anyone but me that Angie's spirit should go in. No, I'll do it.
Excellent.
Himiko would have been great, but Tenko volunteered made me so happy. Her noble, earnest heart made her a perfect friend for sister.
Wonderful.
She even infiltrated the student council to protect Himiko. Huh? Infiltrate? Really?
But
how did you? It was obvious to me. I have studied many people. Yes,
can this be?
she stood up against the darkness of the school all by herself. All for her beloved friend.
Beautiful.
I was so touched by that. Wonderful. She was a perfect friend for sister. I can't understand why you didn't like her, Himiko. Though, I was planning on having you become sister's friend too. Eventually.
No way!
What? You do all that for? Wow. You did all that just to kill. For you to go that far. That's pretty impressive. You were interested in the caged child, just so you could use it to kill someone, right?
Let's see.
It interests me as an anthropologist, of course, but more than that.
For my beloved sister!
I wanted to kill for sister. I cannot deny that overpowering feeling.
Are you okay?
Kaito, are you okay? You look kinda pale. Don't worry about it. Let's focus on Kyo right now.
Oh, no, he got spooked.
Allow me to explain, though. I did not plan to kill both of them. I knew I would have plenty of chances after escaping this place.
However,
But Angie walked in on me preparing, and I ended up killing her a different way. So I figured I might as well kill someone else too. After all, I would be ashamed to just waste the seance trick I prepared.
What is that? You're talking like you killed her just because you could.
No, not just because I could. No, sending another friend to sister.
Correcchio.
Correcchio. You're such a thoughtful little brother. But it was bad to get greedy.
oh dear.
You're right. Because of that, now I can't send 100 friends to sister. Do you understand now? Those are the circumstances of Karakyo's crime. They do not understand. This is all too impossible for me to understand.
Why?
That right. Killing 2 friends for your dear sister.
Can't.
That. Wrong. That's so wrong. Oh, don't get so worked up. There's something I learned after sister's death.
Do not worry.
Death only changes the person's form. The soul lives on as a ghost.
That's right.
That's right. Even though I'm a ghost now, I am always by Karakyo's side.
Sister.
Thank you, sister. I love you.
Cut it already.
What was that?
Cut it out already. Oh, I don't understand anything you're saying. Nothing's making sense. It's not fair. Why did Angie and Tinkle have to die for something so unfair?
Well...
Because death is unfair.
And another thing.
All deaths are unfair deaths. Why do you think news stations get such high ratings when they're reporting about death? Because everyone likes unfair deaths.
Maybe.
Well, if you look at it like that, this whole killing game embodies that philosophy, right? Gifted high school students forced to play a killing game. Man, if people were watching this, they would get a kick out of it. If people were watching this?
Shut up!
Knock off the bullshit. Only sick fucks would enjoy watching this.
You got me.
Hell yeah. If I wasn't in this game already, I would have so much fun watching.
So then,
The nature of this killing game is yet shrouded in mystery, but my role in it is over. I have finished my explanation to you, friends.
Sister.
I think I shall go and see her now. My beloved sister.
sister.
I was unable to send her 100 friends, but at least I can see her again now.
Correcchio.
It's alright, sweet Karakyo. Come to me.
Oh.
Looks like you're already prepared. Now then, let's get started.
It's punishment time!
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time.
Huh?
Punishment time.
Sister.
My beloved sister. At long last, I'll finally get to see you again.
That's right.
Yes, from now on, no one will try to stop us. We can be together without having to hide our love from others.
Wait, I can't accept this.
Therefore,
Like I said, there's no such thing as death that cannot be accepted.
from an
Or that can be
anthropological
accepted.
point of view,
Why do you think so many different cultures have funeral rites? Why do you think rumors of ways to resurrect the dead never cease?
Yes.
The living must find a reason, however forced, to accept death when it happens. How you come to terms with death also determines how you live, yes.
What was that?
What?
That was the answer I reached. How about you? How will you live a life that faces death?
Stop it!
I prepared. I prepared a special punishment for ultimate anthropologist Karakiyo Shinguchi.
I shall observe.
I will watch over you all as a ghost. As your friend, I will watch over you.
That's right.
It won't be just me and Karakiyo. Those who died will be watching. And I'll be watching to see how you face the death of your friends.
Humanity is beautiful.
I'll be watching forever and ever.
It's punishment time!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time. Cause you know, death. Da-da-da-da-da. No, press. Game over. Karakiyo has been found guilty. Time for the punishment.
Culture melting pot.
Ooh.
Oh no, game! Don't be weird! Oh wow.
What?
How gory! No! Monodon, why?
Oh, what the?
To think my cute child would commit suicide. Ah, it's so cute. It's so freaking cute that he would kill himself because he couldn't get along. Monodon committed suicide. Had I known this would happen, I would have been nicer to him. The only reason Monodon obsessed over getting along was because everyone but me bullied him.
That's right.
Yes, the other Monocubs drove him to suicide, but not me.
Hey.
Huh? Hey, who's Monodon?
Huh? You already forgot? That's kinda scary.
Well now.
Well, looks like another class trial has wrapped up without incident, so I'm gonna take back this Necromonicon. Seems like a waste though. You guys sure don't want to use it? You guys should have brought someone back to life and added them to your roster.
You?
Shut up. How long are you gonna keep talking about that?
I told you.
Ignore him. The whole resurrection ritual is obviously a lie. He's just trying to shake us mentally to get us to a panic.
What's the point?
I'm assuming you'll think another murder will happen if you do that, right?
You can say. What a waste. If none of you were gonna use it, you should let me have it. Then I could have resurrected one of my dead siblings.
Which one?
Well, I don't know. They're all pretty terrible, actually.
Wait, did one of us die? I could have sworn it's just been the two of us this whole time.
Oh yeah.
It's too bad you missed your chance to raise the dead. That's what you get for doubting me. Too bad.
Boy.
Farewell.
There's only 2 left now.
Even now, he still talks about raising the dead.
Always messing around.
Man, this is stupid. What people believe in is up to them, but leaving or living people shouldn't have to suffer because of the dead.
Of course!
The living are more precious than the dead, no matter what. That's not something a coward like you should say. Shut up. Leave me alone.
But there is one thing this case taught me. I thought there was a god watching over us, but there isn't after all. Not in this academy.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right.
Well, that's why we work hard. That's why we have to work together, right? Face it together. Our ultimate talents are the best weapons we have.
Gonta do his best.
Then Gunta do his best to keep everyone safe. Gunta want to protect everyone.
But your talent is entomology.
I don't want Shurichi to use his ultimate talent anymore. I'm getting sick of class trials.
You're right.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, your talent as an assassin is way more trouble. When are you gonna use that, huh?
Okay.
I'll work hard until everyone trusts my ultimate talent. Huh?
That's right.
It may not be possible now, but I'll put in the effort so everyone can trust me. I won't run away anymore. I want to survive and escape this place with everyone.
Maki.
I see. I wonder how long that'll last. What if your true calling as a killer shows?
Come on, Mouse. Come back to me.
Don't underestimate her. Maki Roll is one of my sidekicks.
Got a minute?
I don't remember being your sidekick. Also, didn't I tell you to stop calling me Maki Roll? Oh, you guys are so close now. This must be the powerful bond of friendship. But I would have preferred it to happen sooner, especially not after losing 7 people. You're right. Only 9 people left now.
Oh, what do you know? The dumbest can do basic math. That's right. 7 pieces of shit have been flushed away, and only 9 remain.
Actually, by that calculation, doesn't that make you one of the pieces?
But
Just 9 of us.
Well,
Humans are like weeds, too numerous to count. 7 of us dead doesn't mean much in the end. That's totally what the Heartless Robot is thinking. Right? Right?
How rude!
No, I am not thinking that. Your blatant robophobia is simply inexcusable.
But you know,
But hey, none of us gave up, right? I know we're all gonna escape. I'm not gonna rely on a god, spirits, or the dead.
I believe in you.
Just you guys. I believe in all of you.
okay.
Kaito.
Well, of course.
You're right. Those of us who remain can start over.
Hey,
Hold up, Keyboy. Keyboy needs to apologize to everyone for the whole student council thing. And there's only one kind of apology that I'm willing to accept.
how exciting!
Yank your head off and smash it into the ground with all your strength. Got that?
No way!
I have never heard of such an intense form of apology.
It seems like everything is settled for now. Even though we're missing her.
You alright?
Himiko, you okay? Anything Gunta can do to help? You can tell Gunta.
Hey,
I think we should let her have some space for now. That might be the best for her.
okay.
I remember how I felt.
Oh,
Oh, Gunta understand.
you're so dumb.
God, Himiko is such a liar. Huh?
Because I'm a liar.
Personally, I don't think lies are exactly a bad thing. Let's face it, you wouldn't have any free will if the world was comprised with just the truth. But even then, I don't think it's good to lie to yourself, you know.
Right? What are you saying? Think about Himiko's feelings a little bit.
I only said this because I thought about it.
Because?
Himiko has been lying to herself about her own feelings, so she's been holding back.
Hey!
Hey, what are you repressing? Why are you trying so hard to hold back? What?
Hold back.
Expressing your feelings is perfectly natural. You shouldn't feel ashamed at all. So, if you feel like crying while you're talking to Angie, go ahead and cry your eyes out. You'll feel better when you do.
Well, I mean, laughing makes you feel better too. And venting your anger onto something can really cheer you up. Train your heart by crying, laughing, and venting your anger, Himiko.
Himiko, Angie, I'm so lonely. I'm so lonely without you two. But I gotta survive. I still can't go to where you are. But I'm lonely. I'm so lonely without the both of you.
Himiko.
Damn it.
Damn it. Himiko cried for a long time. She cried as if she was releasing all the emotions she had bottled up inside. Before we knew it, as if lured by her doing so, we began crying. The tears we shed, I can't even describe it. We were crying about what we had been through and what was to come. Sadness, hatred, frustration, discord, anger, love. Tears filled with emotion. But at the very least, they weren't tears of submission. They were tears to push us forward. After a while, Himiko finally calmed down. However...
Is she hard to carry, Gonta?
No, she's fine.
She's sleeping very peacefully.
She's all tuckered out after crying. Robots sleep well after leaking their oils too, right?
I have told you many times that I do not use oil as my fuel source.
But wow, that really surprised me. She passed out as soon as she stopped crying.
Yeah, but she looks so peaceful sleeping like that.
She probably felt better after letting it all out, don't you think? Yeah, I hope so.
Then Gonta carry Himiko to her room.
Make sure you focus real good on your back, you hear me? You'll need that focus if you want to feel her little mosquito bites poking ya!
There's no way he'd do such a thing. Gonta is a gentleman after all.
Gonta is a gentleman. He's a pure soul.
While we were heading back to the dorms, I suddenly noticed Kaito had stopped in his tracks. Kaito, what's wrong? Oh, nothing. I just wanted to get some night air. Don't worry about me. Go on ahead. Huh? Are you sure?
Well...
Anyway, don't do something like this again, okay? If you just like scary things, then you should have said so earlier. I thought you were sick. You worried about me? Yeah, worried about your stupidity. Still haven't warmed up to me, huh?
But...
Maybe not. But I feel like the walls we had up are coming down a little, you know. Perhaps those walls were her enemies. It seems like she doesn't want to wait anymore.
Got it.
Yeah, 'cause of me.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. But you sound like you're bragging, Kaito. But like I said, I'm gonna get some air before I go back. You can go on ahead.
Okay.
Sure. Got it. See you tomorrow.
Got it.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. After our goodbyes, I returned to my dorm room. I didn't notice what was going on with Kaito. Cough.
Damn it.
My boy!
I don't have time to be dying. I still haven't gone into space yet. Damn it. No way am I gonna die here. No way.
Let's try it for a student from beyond the grave. Endo.
Ooh, Miss Drew's Moscow.
Do you want to save?
Yeah, we want to save. I just want to go to fuck to sleep.
Let's go to sleep.
Then again, I'm probably not gonna get sleep. I'm like too spooked. Too spooked. Too spooked.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I can't believe. That's crazy. Oof. Are you shifting to the end game now? Ooh, I'm close to end game. Oof, I'm close to end game. God, craziness. Ugh. Oh my god. Kaito's dying. Oh my god. He's such a good boy and he's dying on me. I'm so sad. Oh my god, that's crazy. I did not expect Karakyo to, like, be, you know, what he is. Yeah, I think there's 2 more? 3 more? 2, 3 more to go? I don't know how many chapters. I don't know. And I'm just like, damn. There's a lot going on. I want to, like, spoil myself, but at the same time, I'm like, I gotta wait. Gotta wait. Okay. But yeah. Whew. Thank you all. It's healthy cough blood. Usually it's not. Depends on how you count trials, but 3 chapters. I usually count trials as their own chapters. So 3 chapters and then there's the ending. Yeah. Oh god. Okay. Well, I will see you guys on another day. Cause now it's time for me to go sleep, rest my fucking boys, and yeah. Talk to you all later. I might stream something tomorrow, who knows? Something short. Probably Final Fantasy 14, who knows? But you know. Good night, everybody. Thank you all for joining. And also for all new people too. Cause you know, new people. I'm gonna rest my voice. Drink water. Maybe more tea. Cause my voice hurts so much. By doing like deep boy voice. Like kills me. A lot. So I'm dying. Eventually I'll get used to doing boy voice again. But it's really hard. So good night. I'm dying. And yeah. I'll see you all on another day. Good night, Sane. Yep. I'm gonna go to bed now. Goodbye.